I am wrapping up this 7-5 lesson. So I'm going to go back over the two different kinds of problems that I taught you how to do in the last 2 weeks. So number one, we're back to revisiting the problems that have the fraction exponent. So remember, this is when we have to go around the world and we have to worry about when you take an even root, there's a plus minus. So number one, my goal is to get the variable that has the fraction exponent by itself. Then I can deal with the fraction exponent. So what do we think we're going to do first? Subtract the 5. We tend to always get rid of addition, subtraction first. So that's what we want to do. Subtract the 5. The 3, the x raised to the 4/3 is going to come down. And then on the right-hand side, 53 minus 5 makes 48. I started to tell you without even asking. Okay, so now I'm trying to get this variable with the fraction exponent by itself. So how are you going to get rid of that 3? We're going to divide by it. Since it's smushed, we get rid of multiplication with division. The x to the 4/3 comes down, and 48 divided by 3 makes 16. Okay, I'm ready right now to get rid of my fraction exponent, so I have to do the reciprocal. So flip it over, and if I flip it over, it's 3/4. So I have to raise both sides to the 3/4 power. Remember, what you do to one side, you do to the other. So the 4's and the 3's cancel out. Shoop, shoop. All you're left with is x. The right side, I need to go around the world. This is telling me to take the 4th root of 16 and raise it to the 3rd power. Am I taking an even root here? Yes, I am. This denominator is an even number. 4th root is an even root. And when you take an even root, there's a plus minus. 4th root of 16. Do you know what it is? It's 2. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 4 times, makes 16. Also, I taught you to do a 4th root, take the square root twice. The square root of 16 is 4, and the square root of 4 is 2. So that's another way to do it. Then I need to raise this to the 3rd power. 2 times 2 times 2 is a positive 8. Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2 is a negative 8. So it's a plus minus 8. And that's what goes right here. Now, since x is by itself, I'm done. So that didn't end up being too bad. Okay. Let's look at number 2. So looking at number 2, the variable that's in the parentheses with the fraction exponent, it is by itself. There's nobody smushed against the parentheses, nobody added or subtract behind it. So I am ready to get rid of the fraction exponent. So flip it over. That's 2/3. So we're raising both sides to the 2/3 power. So 6 over 6 is 1. It just cancels out. Shoop, shoop. All you're left with is 4x minus 3. On the right side, we need to go around the world. Cubed root of 8. Raise it to the 2nd. Am I taking an even root here? Nope. 3 is an odd number. A cubed root is an odd root, so no plus minus. So what's the cubed root of 8? 2, because 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. And then I need to square it. And what's 2 squared? 4. So this is a 4. Okay, now I'm just down to a little 2-step equation. So to get rid of subtraction, we add. So I'm going to add 3 to both sides. The 4x comes down. The equals comes down. What's 4 plus 3? 7. And then how do you get rid of that 4? You divide. Now, 7 does not divide nicely by 4. It does not reduce. So we just leave it. X equals 7/4. And that's our answer. Okay. The next two problems do not have the fraction exponents. So this is what we were working on not that long ago. Okay, so I need the variable that's under the square root to be by itself. And it is. There's nothing smushed up against the radical. There's nothing added or subtracted in front of it or behind it. So I'm ready right now to remove the square root. So remember, to remove a square root, we square. And if you square the left side, you square the right side. On the left side, the squared and square root cancel, leaving 18 minus 2x. And on the right side, 2 squared makes 4. Okay, a little two-step equation here. So this is a positive 18, and I get rid of positive numbers by subtracting. So 18 minus 18 is 0, so that's gone. The negative 2x drops, and then what's 4 minus 18? Negative 14. And then to undo multiplication, I divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 2, and the answer will be 7. Okay, number 4. The x that's under the radical, I'm trying to get it by itself. So I have a 6 I need to remove and a minus 3 I need to remove. What are we going to do first? We are going to get rid of that subtraction of 3 by adding 3. Negative 3 plus 3 is 0. The 6 times the square root of 9x comes down. And then 15 plus 3 makes 18. Okay, I'm still trying to get this variable that's under the square root by itself. So how are we going to get rid of the 6? We are going to divide because it's smushed, and smushed is multiplication. So 6 divided by 6 is 1. So that's gone, leaving the square root of 9x. And on the right side, 18 divided by 6 makes 3. Okay, and then to get rid of a square root, we square. And if I square the left side, I square the right side. On the left side, the squared and square root cancel, leaving 9x. And on the right side, 3 squared makes 9. And now to get rid of multiplication, I divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by 9, and the answer is going to be 1. So my answer is x equals 1. Okay, so that's a little review of what we've been doing for the last couple weeks. All right, so what I would like you to do for me is I would like you to try number 5, 6, and 7. So we have 2 problems that have the fraction exponents. So you'll have to worry about going around the world, and you'll have to worry about when you take an even root, there's a plus minus. But then number 7, you don't have to worry about that. All right, so I want you to do these 3 problems for me, and then I want you to take a picture of them, and I want you to post them to Canvas. And then you'll be done for me. That's it, guys. Smiley face.